The Trump administration's ruthless crackdown on immigrants has reached a chilling new low. In a shocking move designed to force thousands of legal immigrants out of the country, the administration is systematically erasing the identities of over 6,000 individuals, effectively rendering them invisible to the American system. This isn't a bureaucratic error. It's a calculated, targeted assault on their very existence within the United States. The process is deceptively simple, yet devastatingly effective. These immigrants, who legally obtained Social Security numbers, are being declared dead. Their names and numbers are being transferred to a database reserved for the deceased, a digital tombstone erected by a government ostensibly dedicated to the rule of law. This act of digital erasure effectively wipes out their ability to work, access banking services, receive benefits, stripping them of their basic human rights and dignity. The implications are profound and far-reaching. Without a Social Security number, these individuals are functionally non-existent in the eyes of American society. They are cut off from the very fabric of daily life, facing an impossible struggle to secure housing, employment, healthcare, and even basic necessities. Imagine the sheer terror and uncertainty these individuals must be experiencing. One day they are working, paying taxes, contributing to their communities. The next, they are stripped of their identity, their legal status, their future. This is not simply about immigration policy, it's about the systematic dehumanization of vulnerable people. The Trump administration's justification remains shrouded in secrecy. While the White House has targeted individuals who entered the U.S. under temporary programs instituted during the Biden administration, including those who utilized the CBP-1 app, the selection process remains unclear. This lack of transparency fuels suspicion that this is not simply about enforcing immigration laws, but rather a calculated campaign of intimidation and expulsion. The fact that over 900,000 immigrants used the CBP-1 app raises serious questions about the scope and potential consequences of this policy. Could this be just the beginning? Are more individuals at risk of facing this same fate? The chilling parallels between this action and historical atrocities cannot be ignored. The deliberate erasure of individuals from official records is a tactic used by authoritarian regimes to control and oppress their populations. It is a blatant violation of human rights, an act that undermines the very foundations of a just and equitable society. Adding to the outrage, a federal judge recently intervened, halting the administration's order to deport hundreds of thousands of Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans with temporary legal status. This temporary reprieve offers a glimmer of hope, a testament to the power of judicial oversight in the face of such blatant disregard for the law. However, the ongoing assault on the Social Security numbers of thousands of immigrants remains a deeply troubling indication of the Trump administration's disregard for due process and fundamental human rights. This is not just about numbers. These are real people with lives, families, and dreams. Their stories deserve to be heard, their voices amplified. This chilling act of digital erasure must be met with widespread condemnation and decisive action. We cannot stand idly by while our government engages in such a blatant violation of human dignity and the rule of law. The silence of those who claim to uphold democratic values in the face of such blatant abuses of power is deafening. Furthermore, the unsettling events of March, where a federal judge halted a team led by Elon Musk from accessing sensitive Social Security data, highlight a broader pattern of disregard for data security and privacy. The judge described their actions as a fishing expedition, a term that speaks volumes about the potential for misuse of personal information on a massive scale. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of our data systems and the need for robust safeguards to prevent such intrusions in the future. The combined threat of these incidents, the deliberate erasure of identities, and the unauthorized access to sensitive personal information, underlines the urgent need for increased oversight and accountability within government agencies. The erosion of trust in these institutions is a grave matter, impacting the safety and well-being of millions. This unprecedented level of manipulation of personal data demands a comprehensive investigation and appropriate legal ramifications. The fight for the protection of individual rights and data security is a battle that cannot be fought alone. It requires collective action and a unified voice to demand transparency, accountability, and justice for those affected. The magnitude of this situation requires immediate attention from the media, human rights organizations, and lawmakers. The international community must also take note, as this represents a dangerous precedent that could be replicated in other countries. The Trump administration's actions are not just an affront to immigrants, they are an assault on the very principles of justice, fairness, and human rights that underpin a democratic society. We cannot remain silent. We must demand answers, seek justice, and protect the vulnerable. The fight for justice and the preservation of fundamental human rights must continue. This is a moment that demands our collective conscience and unwavering commitment to upholding the values of a truly democratic and just society. We must ensure that the voices of the silenced are heard, and that the perpetrators of this egregious act are held accountable for their actions.